Myself, V.M. Mahajan, working as assistant professor in St. Joey College of Engineering in Department of Civil Engineering. So today our topic is design of lace column. Before that, we are going to learn what are the different types of built-up columns. So under the heading of built-up columns, first we are going to design the design of lace column, and second part is design of pattern column. So today we are going to learn the design detailed solution of lace column. So what are the statement regarding this solution? So when I will post this video on the YouTube, so detailed statement or column is given into the description box. So directly moving towards the solution. So dealing with the solution, data we are going to note down. First, ultimate load or factor load PU is given 1080 kilonewton. So here P is 410 Newton per mm square. Fr is 250 MPa. Here PU is 400 MPa. Gamma m0 partial safety factor is 1.1. Gamma m1 1.25. We are going to use the M16 grade of 4.6 volts blackboards. So here we are going to check the diameter of the board is 16 mm. Then diameter of the board, either it is D0 or D8. By adding the 2 mm clears for this diameter of the board, so diameter of board is equal to 18 mm. Then partial safety factor for the board, gamma m is equal to 1.25. Then with the help of this diameter of the board, we are going to find out the ASP. Area of shunt for this board is equal to pi by 4 diameter of the board, that is 16 mm square. So 201 mm square. By using this area of shunt for this board, we are going to find out the net area for this board. A and B is equal to 0.78 times of ASP. So answer will be the 156.78 mm square. So after finding out the ASP and A and B, we know that. So already was learned in previous lecture. So here length of this member or this lace column is 10 meter, that is 10,000 mm. And here especially it is mentioned in the numerical. The both ends are hinged. Here when these both ends are hinged, so we are going to follow the table number, or we are going to choose the table number 11, page number 45. So the case will be the both ends are fixed. In that case, K is equal to, so K value is 1 because both ends are fixed. So 1 into 10,000. So answer will be the 10,000 mm. Then second steps for design of lace column. So dealing with first we are going to find out, we are going to design the column initially, and then we are going to design for built-up section. So design of column, assume FCD value. So design composite stress, FCD is equal to 150. So there will be a range of 125 to 185. So here now we are going to consider or assume the FCD value is 150 MPa. Then we are going to find out the area required for this column. So area required is equal to load is given, that is 1080 into 10 to the power 3, to this we are going to convert in terms of Newton divided by FCD value is 150. So area required will be the 72,100 mm square. Now usually for built-up column, we are going to place these two channel sections back to back. Here we are going to place the back to back. These channel sections we are going to place back to back, or face to face can be adopted. So area required or area for single angle section. So whatever this area we have calculated in previous step, that is 7200. So this is for both angle sections. So we want area for single angle section. So 7200 divided by 2 means each angle carries the area required is 3600 mm square. Then try for from steel table. ISMC, Indian Standard Medium Channel Section 300 is the depth of channel section. Accurate 351.2 Newton per meter is the weight is given. So that we have to place back to 300 having some properties that we are going to know about from the scale table. So single channel section area is 4564 mm square. Then radius of gyration about z axis is 118.1 mm. Radius of gyration about y axis 26.1 mm. Then thickness of flange is 13.6 mm. Moment of inertia about z axis, so 6326.6 into 10 to the power 4 mm raised to 4. So again moment of inertia about y axis 310.8 into 10 to the power 4 mm raised to 4. Then CYY distance is given with respect to this ISMC 300. So CYY distance 23.6 mm and width of the flange for the channel section is 90 mm. Then coming to next step, third design step, check for compressive strength. Here we know that already in the previous lecture we have found out the compressive strength P is equal to effective cross sectional area A into design compressive stress FC. So we know that effective cross sectional area that is 4564 by multiplying 2, because here we are going to place the two channel sections. And what about the 4564? So this is area over one angle section. So by multiplying 2, so which we are going to place back to back. So we got the area is actual area, that is 9128 mm square for two angle sections. So therefore we are going to find out the slenderness ratio, that is lambda is equal to K over R minimum. So here in this numerical we are going to remember, we are going to learn very important things. So always we are taking the radius of gyration as a minimum out of Rz and Ryy. Why? Because we want that lambda will be the maximum. But in case of this channel section we are placing back to back, we don't know what should the spacing is there. So these things we are going to find out or determine, so that here in this case we are going to take the radius of gyration with the maximum, then lambda becomes minimum. So here lambda we are going to find out the minimum. For that here divided by radius of gyration will be the maximum. So take 1000 divided by 118.1. So this Rz distance we are going to radius of gyration about z axis is equal to radius of gyration about x axis will be the same, that is 118.1, and that we are going to choose, and the lambda will be the 84.67. So after calculating then effective slenderness ratio, so already we have studied in design procedure. So multiplying factor for this lesson column is 1.05, means 5% of this lesson we are going to increase by multiplying the effective slenderness ratio. So lambda is equal to 1.05 into lambda. So answer will be the 88.90. Because this value 84.64 we are going to increase by 5% for the purpose of safety. So according to clause number 7.6.1.5, IS 800-2007. Then for lambda 88.90 effective, for that we are going to use the table number 9C for Buckley classification. So FCD value will be there. So all this detailed calculation already we have studied in the previous by using the interpolation. How we are going to calculate, we all aware about that things. How we are going to find out the FCD value by using the interpolation method. So FCD will be the 122.65 MPa. So after reading this value, we are going to substitute in PD equation. So design compressive strength PD is equal to 119.5 kilonewton, that is which is greater than 1080. Means whatever the design compressive force or strength which is calculated, which is greater than whatever the value which is mentioned in the numerator. So it is set and you can monitor. Okay. Then fourth step related to this design, spacing between the channel is denoted by the capital S. So this is channel we have placed back to back, and this spacing we are going to find out. So distance between these two channels. So that is called as spacing. That we are going to find out. Then let us assume or consider two channels placed back to back at a distance of S. According to clause number 7.6.1.1. So these two channels were placed and the spacing between the two channels is S. So this we are going to find out. So according to this channel we have placed back to back. So moment of inertia about y axis will be equal to the moment of inertia about z axis. So according to clause number, if you refer the clause number 7.6.1.1, so whatever the radius of gyration to the plane of this channel section, which is perpendicular to the axis of x-axis or z-axis, is not less than, means is equal to the radius of gyration of the plane to the z axis. So this is the meaning of this clause number 7.6.1.1. So according to that clause number, so radius of gyration and moment of inertia about both axes will be equal to. Then, so this spacing of two channels which is divided by the S. So S is divided into two parts. So this distance will be the S by 2. S by 2 and S by 2. So total will be the S. So if you see to draw the plane of section about y axis. So in this section will be the similar about y axis. And from the center of this, we can call it the board or center of this channel to the face of this channel. So this distance will be the CYY, and we have noted this value from the steel table, that is 23.6 mm. So next is by using this moment of inertia equation. So moment of inertia about y axis. So twice of Iz means this will be the what? Twice of Iz means because we have placed two channel sections back to back. So twice of Iz is what? Iy plus moment of inertia about y axis plus area into centroidal distance, that is Cy plus S by 2, means Cy distance plus this S by 2. This distance we are going to take, that is a centroidal or H square. So twice of this I value is given, that is in our numerical 63 to 6.6 into 10 to the power 4. Twice of this Iz equal to twice of Iy is given, that is 310.8 into 10 to the power 4 plus area of single angle section is given, that is 4164 into value 23.6 will be the Cyy distance plus S by 2. So this S by 2 half of this spacing, and here we are going to find out the spacing between these two channels, that is unknown thing is there, and whole bracket is to square and square bracket will be completed. So S value will be the 183.10 mm. So nearly equal to approximately we are going to consider the 184 mm. So this 184 mm will be the spacing between these two channels when it is placed back to back. Then try for single lacing system assuming the inclination of 45 degree. So this angle of inclination we are going to assume 45 angle of inclination. So according to clause number 7. After assuming the angle of inclination, theta is equal to 45 degree angle of inclination between these lessons, what was the provided design of lesson column? So here two columns which is erected in vertical position, and this lesson flat is joined by these two columns with respect to this horizontal angle. So theta is going to assume in between the range of 40 degree to 70 degree. So we have assumed angle of theta is equal to 45 degree. So spacing of this lacing flat we are going to find out. Means for example this is lacing flat is provided in this direction and same we are going to provide it above the horizontal axis. So whatever the spacing between these two lacers, so which is provided at an angle of 90 degree, that we are going to find out. So as we know that, so here theta is equal to 45 degree. So tan theta is equal to adjacent side, that is 284 mm distance is given, divided by whatever the perpendicular distance given, means whatever the hypotenuse side. So tan 45 degree is equal to 284 divided by A1 distance. So A distance will be the 284 because tan 45 degree is equal to 1. So A distance is equal to 284 distance we got. So by multiplying these two times below the axis and above, so spacing will be the twice of this distance. So spacing is equal to 568 mm. Then slenderness ratio for this flat lacing bar. So slenderness ratio, so A1 we are going to take into consideration A1 divided by radius of gyration about y axis Ry is equal to 568 divided by 26.1 radius of gyration. So this properties we have choose from the steel table. So slenderness ratio 21.72, so which is less than 50, and 0.7 times of effective slenderness ratio. So answer will be the 62.23 according to criteria of 7.6.5. Hence okay. Means 21.72 and 21.72 which is less than 50, and his second criteria is 62.23. Then we are going to find out the maximum shear force. So we know that maximum shear force is equal to 2.5% of axial compressive load of PU, where PU or axial compressive load factor is given, that is 1080 kN. So maximum shear force will be the 27 kN. Then forcing each lacing flat. So what should be this force? We can find as a P2, and here it is P1. So this P1 and P2 we are going to calculate. So what should be the force which is acting through the CG of this lacing flat? So here we are going to calculate the separately, where this transverse shear is acting, that is 27 kN. We have already calculated the maximum shear force 27 kN, and P1 P2 we are going to calculate. And we know that angle of inclination between these two lacing bar is 90 degree. So if you deduct 360 minus 90 degree, so answer will be the 270 degree. So if you divide it into two parts, so 135 degree from each side will get angle of inclination. With respect to this, whatever the resolution of force diagram, we are going to use the sine rule. So 27 kN opposite to sine of 90 is equal to P1 divided by opposite to sine of 135 degree. So P1 force will be the 19.09 kN. Then next point is design of lacing flat. So this lacing flat we are going to design. What should be the length is there, width and thickness of this lacing flat? So we are going to first of all find out the width of this lacing flat. According to clause number 7.6.2, B is equal to thrice of diameter of the bolt. Here diameter of the bolt we have taken, that is 16 mm. So 3 into 16, 48, and here equal to 50 mm. We are going to consider the width of this lacing flat. Next criteria is to find out the thickness of this lacing flat according to clause number 7.6.3 IS 800/2007. So T is equal to 1 divided by 40 times of 284 divided by cos 45. So answer is 10.04. So nearly equal to 12 mm is the thickness of this lacing flag. Then we are going to add up or provide 50 mm width of lacing flag bar and 12 mm thickness for flag. Then here we are going to find out the R distance of radius is equal to T divided by under root of 12, which is equal to 12 mm is the thickness of this flag plate divided by under root of 12. So answer will be the 3.464 mm. So by taking this into our consideration, so slenderness ratio is equal to L divided by R. So here will be the length of this lacing flag 284 divided by cos 45 4 divided by R distance already we have calculated, that is radius for this lacing flag is 3.464. So slenderness ratio will be the 15.94 less than 145 times, and hence it's okay. Or say according to criteria of 7.6.6.3. Then by using this buckling class, you know that whatever the all channel sections are falling into the category of buckling class C, and we are going to use the table of 9C. Then FCD value, that is design compression stress, we got by using the interpolation. So directly we wrote here, that is 88.125 Newton per mm square or MPa. Then design compressive strength PD is equal to, so what is dimension for this flat plate? That is B into T, that is width is 50 mm multiplied thickness is 12 mm, so 50 into 12, and design compressive stress 88.125. So answer will be the 52.87 kilonewton, and which is greater than 90.09 kilonewton. So whatever we have find out, we are doing the activities related to only lacing flag points design. So whatever the value we have got for this design compressive strength for this lacing flag 52.87 kilonewton, which is greater than 90.09 kilonewton, will be the axial compressive load for this particular lacing flag, and answer is okay. Then coming to next step, that is 6 number, design of connections. So we are going to find out the number of bolts by using first VDSB is equal to FUB divided by under root 3 into gamma n into NN into NB. Here whatever the at this particular section the two plates are placing one above the another. So number of placings are 2 minus 1 1. So NN value will be the 1 into NB. So VDSB is 57.94 kilonewton. So we are going to assume here or consider VDSB as a volt value, because this already we have got the minimum value according to the VDSB VDPB. Number of volts is equal to 27. Already we have find out this force 27 kilonewton maximum shear force divided by 57.94 minimum value. So answer will be the number of bolts 0.47, means at least we are going to provide the one number of bolts. So provide M16 one numbers of bolt. Then last step, that is design for tie plate. If you look at this final figure, so what are these two columns and this lacing flat plate is provided. So below at bottom section we are going to provide the tie plate. For that we are going to design the what should be the build forward depth is there. So depth is equal to S plus twice of C by Y. S is the spacing between these two channel when it is placed back to back, and this distance is 184 plus twice of C by Y distance 23.6. So answer will be the 231.2 mm, which is greater than twice of width of flange. So overall depth is equal to depth plus twice of edge distance. So twice of edge distance is 1.5 times of diameter of the hole. So here formula is what? 1 point times diameter of hole. That is 16 plus 2 mm is the clearance distance. So answer will be the 285. Then equal to, we are going to consider or add up to 190 mm is the overall depth for this type plate. Then length, what should be the length for this type plates? So this 290. So length we are going to find out. So length is equal to spacing plus twice of width of flange. So answer will be the 364 mm is the length of this type plate. Then thickness, what should be the thickness for this type plate? So denoted by thickness is T is equal to 1 by 50 times of gauge distance is equal to, answer will be the 5.67, and this is equal to, we are going to consider the 6 mm thickness of this type plate. And lastly, we are going to use the length is 364 mm, overall depth is 290 mm, and 6 mm thickness of this type plate. We are going to add up with M16 bolts. Here number of bolts we are going to have shown for this particular lesson column, and this bolt we are going to provide the M16 grade. Then next, simultaneously we are going to check for strength of this flat by using TDG is equal to gross sectional area into Fy divided by gamma m0. So 30.6 kilonewton, which is greater than 19.0 kilonewton. So it is okay under this strength. So TDI is equal to 0.9 times of net area into F3 divided by gamma m1. So answer will be the 113.25 kilonewton, and which is greater than 19.09. So it is safe under the tension side. So these are the two criteria to check the whether it is safe or unsafe under the tension by using this TDG and TDI. Now lastly, coming to diagram. So this is a detailed specification regarding this diagram or figure related to design of lesson column. So this column we have shown, and this is type plate. Of dimension is length 364 mm, depth is overall depth is 290 mm, and thickness is 6 mm. Then we are going to make the connection by using M16 grade of bolt, and here we are going to show the two lessons, and which is joined by one number of bolt of M16 4.6 black bolt, and this is a continuous diagram. And this, what are the dimension of this lesson flat bar is ISF, Indian Standard Flat, of 50 mm is a width, 50 mm is a width, and 12 mm is the thickness of this flat bar. This is the overall solution for this design of lesson system. Thank you.